I think Dispense Justice is fine here. Grind Clock could be okay here too. There's an alternate way to win. I have Thrown to Geth and Contagion class, but I mean, Thrown to Geth isn't great right now, but it becomes better with something like Grind Clock. I've never tried that. I've never tried a deck like a Proliferate sub-theme with Grind Clock. I think that maybe Dispense Justice is just the safe way to go. Hey, maybe if I wield a Grind Clock, I'll try it out. The Rusted Relic is going to be okay here. I definitely have enough artifacts. Should I try a Golem Foundry? I have 2 Proliferates. Did I pass? Am I going to get past any more Golem Foundries? I can also just take a Nitrogen Sensor, which is okay with the... I'm going to go for a Golem Foundry. Well, that's a pretty late Glintock. There's a Manamir here too, and it's going to be my only Manamir with the Chrome Seeds and clearly I'm not a huge I'm not completely ridiculous with my love for mirrors because I've passed plenty already. But the one time I do like them a lot is when I have a bunch of Chrome Seeds and Rusted Relics. But here I'm just going to take the Glintock Idol, Glintock, and so my lack of mirrors is going to continue. I'm going to take a Golden Foundry. I don't know if that's what I'm going to go with here, but it certainly could be okay. Steady progress in case I play blue. Salvage Scout or Trigon Amending. I don't know if I'm playing this Furnace Celebration. No, I don't think I got there. But maybe this... Yeah, I'll take the Trigon of Mending. Hate that flesh allergy. So I just sort of ended up with a really artifact heavy deck. Never really got into a color. I mean, even like in white, it's just Mirrorsmith, Dispense Justice. Red, it's Emeraldsmith and maybe Furnace Celebration. In blue, it's just a bunch of... Like, I can almost play all 3 and just do an even split. I don't know if I like that, though. These cards are all fine. Liquid Metal Coating, I don't think ends up doing much. Especially without the Furnace Celebration. We'll see. Maybe I have enough ways. We'll see. I'll put this in the Furnace Celebration pile. Just sort of depends on what else I have in my deck, what sacrifice outlets I'm going to be playing anyways. I might play a New York Replica anyways main deck. I mean, I can probably fit some blue mana in. It doesn't cost me much to splash blue, even if I play Furnace Celebration, because I have very few mana symbols in this deck. Bit of a strange one. And steady progress. Yeah. So I'm already at 21 cards here. Most of them being artifacts. So, already in the deck that sacrifices Golden Urn, Throne of Geth, that's it. Oh, and Kuldotha, Forge Master, which is who's there just pretty much for the body, not for the sacrificing right now, which isn't terrific without the sacrificing. Now, if I added Furnace Celebration, I don't really know how good Liquid Metal Coating is, even with Furnace Celebration. Like, it lets, like, Daredevil start sacrificing lands and stuff like that. Okay, so, like, what would I play? I'd play Salvage Scout Replica, Furnace Celebration, Daredevil. What do I play? Start flashing blue. I guess there's cards I could cut. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good. I think I'm better off just ignoring the Furnace Celebration. I did say I wasn't going to warp my draft. I think I did warp a little bit around that Furnace Celebration, which is a mistake. I don't like when I do that, unless it's a really early Furnace Celebration and you kind of want to draft around it. But at that point in the draft, I wasn't. It was a little late to try to warp. I mean, there is a build here that would be white, red, blue with Furnace Celebration, but I don't think I'm going to run that one. Like, I'm pretty sure I could figure something out, but I don't like where I'm not decreasing the quality of my cards to play Furnace Celebration. I'm also not completely stolen how good Throne of Geth is here if I'm not playing Furnace Celebration. But I mean, with 2 Golden Foundry, then I guess that's enough. 2 Golden Foundry and a Trigon of Corruption is probably enough. Yeah. So the extra couple cards, what are they going to be? Options or what? Trigon of Ending. Just try to harness 2 here. I could just play something like a Nurok Replica with a couple islands. Just because, again, the mana requirements are not very heavy. Yeah, not getting those mana mirrors was a little rough. And I had opportunities early in the draft where it was very little in the pack, and every time I chose not to take the mirror. I guess one of those times at least I should have taken the mana mirror. We can go double replica. I mean, nothing here is exciting. Double New York replica and a couple islands, or I can go Auriok replica, Volshock replica. That would be fine. Trigon Ending. I'll leave it in the sideboard. I'm gonna go like this and yeah. I'll do it this way. And play a couple islands. Nine, 6, and 2. I mean, why 9 white? No, that doesn't really make sense. I just sort of want to get red early if I have Eversmith, and I want white early if I have Nearsmith. So I kind of want both of them early. I mean, Gwyntalk too. And other than that, I don't really care what lands I draw. I can even go for a 3rd island here. Cut another plains. But I don't know how much you're gonna wanna Neurok replica. I'm just gonna go with this. Already did it. Okay, I'll see you around one. Alright, I'm gonna hope for more spells. There we go. Turn 1 golden urn. Well, we got a nice curve if I draw lands. He's got all the mana mirrors. But I mean, this is kind of why I don't necessarily like mana mirrors all that much. Ooh. You end up emptying your hand and not having much in play. Yeah, that's a decent guy to accelerate into. Come on, land. Nope. I'm not a huge fan of Riddlesmith. Just because, like, the 2/1 body is really not very good in this format, and like, sure, you get a couple loots, but I don't know how valuable just like 1 or 2 loots are. Especially when you're like Metalcraft, like you have to play a lot of artifacts to get more loots, but if you're playing Metalcraft, you may not have the slot for the artifacts. I think I'm going to tap down that snap sale spot for non-artifacts, is what I was trying to say. But I'm going to have bibble. I'm going to tap down the snap sale glider. I'm thinking of like 8 things at the same time. Oh well. We'll put an end to that pretty quickly. One day I could really use a land. And see, and like here, he's got to play the gold mirror to loot. But hey, really, he didn't want that culling base. Like, you got to play the mirror to loot, but at this point in the game, a mirror is kind of what he would like to loot away. You would think. Really wouldn't mind a land. At some point, I started this hand with 3. I feel like I'm playing nothing, but I'm gonna get beat down by flyers pretty badly. This is definitely like almost as good as Golem Foundry will ever get. Is this deck? See, if I can draw a land, then I can start actually beating down.